Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the Captain.
And we're at my house.
We are, in sunny Brighton.
Yeah, it's sunny. It's kind of nice.
And we're shooting videos, and the next video that we're doing is a pedal. From
MIFX.
Yes, from the lovely people in Australia at a company called MI Audio when they make amps, but MIFX when they make pedals, which always confuses me. But this is a new pedal. Well, it's a new pedal, but it's already discontinued.
Really?
Well, because they've come up on their sort of pursuit of... MI Audio make valve amplifiers and MIFX make pedals, and they're the same company. But the dudes there are kind of, you know, I suppose the nirvana for all drive pedals, I suppose, is to make a pedal that reacts like your sort of favourite tube amplifier, isn't it? It gives you all those sort of sweet singing tones, but at more controllable kind of volumes. So they've come up with a pedal called the Crossover Drive, which is a 4-FET sort of transistor gain stage pedal. But the reason I say it's discontinued already is because according to their website, the FETs that they've used in here are all obsolete.
So how many did you buy?
We've got, I want to say 20, but it might be 30. It's somewhere in the region of 20 to 30 of these.
That's really good.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty simple. It runs on a battery or on a 9-volt supply. It's all the things you'd expect it to be: true bypass, good quality.
Is there a reason why it's called the Crossover? Is there anything it's doing that crosses over something, and so they went for the name Crossover? I think it's
something to do with the guy who designed this used to be a man. He wants to be a woman, and he's in that sort of.
You're saying
crossover.
It's a transgender gain effects
I think
unit?
so.
Okay,
I have no idea why it's called Crossover Drive.
I'm down with that.
And has 4 controls, 2 of which are pretty self-explanatory in volume and gain, albeit that, again, the gain doesn't just add more gain, it kind of changes the characteristics of the pedal. Balance and detail, though, are both essentially sort of tone controls. One reacts more like a conventional tone control, and the other one reacts more in the way it adds harmonics as opposed to just, you know, normal sort of bright and dark.
I have a question about that.
Go on then.
Some companies tend to start, well, I've noticed the trend is to use words like balance or raw or other words other than treble mid presence. Is that just kind of a marketing thing to try and stand out? And is there any point in doing it? Or is it because they've discovered these new frequencies that no one else is really...
Well, I know what you mean. I mean, there are some instances like, you know, where, you know, Blackstar came up with their infinite shape feature, which is a multi kind of tonal. You know, as you turn around, it's not just a straightforward, add more treble, take away treble. Yeah. But I do think most of it's probably just for the sake of coming up with a different name.
Because to me, detail would mean like high-end frequencies, like sort of trebly high mids. Yeah. And balance would be more the low mid. Is that what you think this is?
Well, let's go through it and see. That they talk about. I shall have a look. Actually, I've read this about 15 times this morning, and I'm obviously got some sort of problem remembering anything. So it says detail provides the body of the overdrive tone with lower settings perfect for bright amplifiers.
Okay.
And balance allows for the adjustment of the amount of top-end harmonics for either a smooth round lead sound or turned up for a tone that will cut through a mix.
Presence.
Essentially, I think it's the balance is more that glassiness as opposed to the detail, which is a more conventional tone control. Why don't we just hear it? So,
it's just an excuse for me to get my V out, really. That's all it was.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm doing this for.
Got a JVM amplifier here. We've set up the tone that Rob is going to use, which is a sort of backed off JCM 800, you know, tone. And the tone that I'm going to use is a more conventional clean tone. So you're going to hear the pedal used either as essentially to just drive a clean channel, that'll be me, or to push a slightly driven amplifier, that'll be Robert.
And also, just because this massively affects the tone, I've got a rag here.
Yeah.
And very old strings, the 10s in E flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on. Do you know what? I've seen a minor design flaw in the JVM is that if you've got bright sunlight, you can't actually tell what channel anything's on. But it is. It's on OD1. So this is going to be Rob's tone. So should we do your tone first?
Okay.
Classic kind of sort of, you know, low to mid driven JCM 800 kind of tone. So what I'm going to do first, hopefully you can see this on close-up cam, is I'm going to start bringing in the pedal with the detail and the balance controls at 12 o'clock. And I'm just going to work with the volume and the gain controls first. So here we go.
Shall I bring it to the neck pickup now? Because I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, do it. A little bit with off.
Can we just give it all its dirty joy? Just because I'm really
Can we just have everything?
Can we just dial it in? I just want to know what it's got. It's like test driving a girl. You want to see what kind of fight it's got in it.
At that kind of player, but let's see if it is. Okay. Can we hear the difference? What I want to do is I'm going to do one lead solo, and I think it's when you're doing that big bend with the balance down, the detail up. So that should be adding the harmonics.
Which pickup do you want?
Bridge.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is we'll flip it the other way around. So essentially the detail down, but the balance up. So this is balance down and detail up. And I'll just reverse that, and we'll see the tonal difference. And if I put them both up, oh, it's very treble, isn't it now? Let's have a listen. Cool. All right, so that's a good sort of demo of the sort of palette of tones that you can get over a driven amp sound. You want to swap over?
Yeah, well, not really, but okay. So, Lee, it's time for you to cross over to the bluesy dark side.
So I'm on the clean channel now on the JVM.
Shall we just set everything central and then hit a go and see what happens?
Yeah.
So play the lead. Here's with a bit of crossover for you. interesting because what I notice is it does what you like. It doesn't add lots of grindy, saturated, sort of throaty gain. It just makes the notes sustain for longer and adds that little bit of bite, doesn't it?
It's very much that's my kind of pedal.
Yeah.
I was just using the two, like a single coil settings. If I go to the neck humbucker. And let's see if again, just using the pick.
Do that again, I'll just put a little bit more gain in. Just a little.
Go back to that single coil.
It takes your joy away when you turn it off, doesn't it?
I did.
Let's go on. So this could be. It's called the crossover, but you could define it as the Captain Lead Joy pedal.
It's a great pedal. I must admit, I would happily use that in place of the Eternity E6, which has currently been my favourite pedal. It sounds phenomenal.
And
really.
I noticed you didn't get uncomfortable when I had the gain here.
No, I mean, and that was all on that kind of. Again, I don't know if I go to the bridge humbucker. And
not too loud as a pedal. Check this out. This is the sound without.
Okay, hang on.
And here's the sound with almost all the gain. Hear that? Very slight.
A little bit of flutter.
But tiny. I mean, compared to how much gain we got,
I know.
It's
negligible, noise, isn't it? But
actually, quite a nice little. It's like a little tractor engine.
Ooh,
we like that, don't we?
Excited.
Are there now 19 of them?
I think there's going to be a few people. That's great.
I really like it.
Really
I think
like
this is really good.
Not cheap, I'm afraid, guys. Before you all get too excited, it's £150.
Oh, that's all right.
So I suppose it's not terribly expensive, but it's
pretty.
It's very cool.
It's made by a very nice company.
Yes, we like the guys at MI. They're lovely
very nice,
people.
Very friendly.
Yeah, I think what I do need to do, though, is we have to try and work out why these FET transistor thingies have been discontinued and encourage the people that make them to make some more. This will be a bit of a shame if this runs out. But
well, it will be, but, I mean, as long as we got one, then we'll be fine. And you can run it on a cable.
Really like that.
I like cables too.
No, so I just thought that the tone is just...
Okay, well, let's compare it. Do you prefer this?
I might have to give it a mark out of 10.
Would you prefer this to the Plexi pedal we demoed recently?
Oh, definitely. But only because that's my... This is...
That's interesting, because I really like that pedal too.
It's different. This is not the plexi kind of takes off almost where this leaves off, isn't it? So this is like maximum, and it's like and then the plexi goes and some more.
Yeah, it's to 11.
Yeah, this is you know, a big fan of pedals like the Eternity E6 or the Love Pedal Kalamazoo. This is right in that kind of ballpark.
There you go. What are you going to give it out of 10, Cam?
Well, that would 100% be happy with that on a pedal board that I was using. I'll have to check it out when I get back to the store with a Fender amplifier, but if it works anything like as well as it has with this Marshall, then that's getting a 9.1, maybe a 9.15.
Oh, that's pretty good.
What about you?
I really like it, and it's not the kind of thing I would normally use within Dorje because we're progressive rock / metal. But in my own solo stuff, where I'm playing the kind of sort of hybrid picked blues, it's absolutely my territory.
You play some more. Go on. I can tell that. I'll leave it on the clean sound, and you can just rip it up. Rip it up.
Let me just set it to where I'd probably have it, and.
It's a Captain pedal, isn't it?
It allows you to use a really nice, warm, fat plexi.
Yeah.
That's what it allows you to use. You know what I saw recently? Brunetti
Yeah.
have a great plexi that this would sound amazing through. Or something like a JCM 800 or a Fender Twin.
I bet you through a Fender Hot Rod or something, it would be sick.
Yeah. It's a great amp. Great amp.
Great pedal.
It's a great pedal. I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it a 9.
There's a bit of fanfare of music in the background.
That's the ice cream truck, I think.
Is it? How appropriate.
What would be really interesting is to see how many people have guessed it's the GTA pause music before.
Oh, is it?
Because we had a little crafty break in a coffee, and Captain Lee had his second ever go on GTA, the latest one.
Yes, it was awesome.
Did some fun things, didn't he?
I did. Yeah. I did what every male does when he first plays Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, he drove a car and responsibly parked it, and then helped some ladies.
Took a lady out to dinner.
Yeah.
And didn't shoot her to get my money back at all.
No. So that's good. I've been Rob Chappers.
And I've been the Captain.
Greetings.
Bye.